Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host Brian, and today I'm joined by friend of the show, Kyle Petty.
Hello, hello.
And we are actually here to talk Extracted. And I just want to admit to you guys, I lied to you last week. I lied to you. I said I was never going to be on a video for the show again. And this guy right here, he came into the Instagram comments of a post that I posted, and he's like, "I love the show," and I was like, "I don't." And it
And you're
turned, we had a little
wrong.
spillage into the Instagram comments, and then I took it right to the personal text, and it was not a joke. It was serious. So I was like, Kyle, if you come on, I will do it for you because I love you, and it might be a
Okay.
little fun debate. And I think it'd be good to get like two sides here. Like we both have different viewpoints on it. Like you like it, I'm on the fence of like I do not like it. So it's just be good to keep bouncing ideas off each other. So what do you so I did just an episode preview last week. I didn't really like jump into like everything that's happened, but since you like the show, what are your thoughts?
I don't like the show. I love
Oh,
the show.
oh, well.
And the reason being, I just think that you've misinterpreted what the show's premise is really supposed to be.
Mhm.
And it is partly their fault, right? They told us they were dropping these survivalists out in the wilderness and blah blah blah, and their family's going to be in HQ. You didn't really know what that was. That actually isn't really how this plays out, right? This is really about how the families get on in HQ because these are not real survivalists. And once I realized that, I was even more on board because we don't need another alone, which is what you want to compare this to.
Mhm.
The good stuff happens in HQ. Who cares about the people sitting alone in the wilderness? Except we need to give some respect to my eliminated queen's name, Davina.
What episode was that?
I don't know. I think she went out like episode 2 or 3. I think it was episode 3 because she was doing well for a little while. She just didn't like build anything. Like she was
Oh,
just
oh,
like,
she was the one just laying.
yeah, she was just sitting there and she's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then like the sun would go down and she would just lay on her side. And I was like, she's amazing because she's outlasting people that like actually have stuff and built things.
Uh-huh.
Like that very first kid that was like super mad at his parents for not extracting him. Like I just think that Davina was
She's a
like she
clown?
was what's that?
Is she the one who was a clown in real life?
Maybe. I think
Okay.
so. That's very possible.
Okay.
I know her picture is on the bottom row of
Yeah,
people.
I'm referencing the pic. This is not. It's coming in blurry, but this is just like
Yeah.
cast list of who got eliminated. This is not coming through.
Hmm.
But yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, I don't remember who that is, so I need to just Google it up. I remember the clown. Can't forget the clown.
Yeah, I liked her. I really enjoyed her. I said my girl was just out here. Bears are roaming around and she's just laying in the forest. Like I don't know how you don't give her some respect, but I listen, I think the game is great. I don't like everyone playing it. Like there's the other thing too. I don't want to fault the show or the game because the contestants are playing poorly. Like I can't wait for seasons like 2 and 3 if we get to come back for as many because people will understand better about the mechanics of the game. I feel like this is operating like a season one of any new reality show operates.
I will give you that. I think season two has the window for improvement. I think is
Mm-hmm.
be very large because you said something that I just completely disagree with. Like all the good stuff happens at HQ, and I was like, I hate so much that goes on in HQ. I wish we saw more of the people on the outside because you're like nobody cares about them. I care about them. I applaud them for doing what they're doing because whether it be only a few days or a long time, that sleeping outside is not easy. And even if like
No,
you
it's
are
not.
being watched, it is definitely something that is tough. And I've slept outside once before because I drunkenly couldn't get into a house and it stunk. And it was in it stunk. So I couldn't even imagine doing it in like the wilderness outside. Look, some of the stuff that goes on in the headquarters is fine. Like I didn't mind like the stuff that came from like Austin today, having to make decisions on where the rations are going to go.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the stuff about our eliminated team of Robin and her family, where the daughter and the dad are arguing about like, well, I'm going to do it if you don't want me to, and he's like, well, I need to repair a relationship, and I'm like, why are you on the show to repair your relationship? I just
Right.
that I don't get that at all.
I do agree with that, but I'm not going to fault Extracted for
No, no,
that.
no, 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 no. It's not
I'm
their fault.
faulting, yeah, I'm faulting the
It's the
people. I don't
people.
think that's a flaw in the show. These
Mm.
people should not have been cast, and I think that I understand why the daughter was behaving the way that she did, but I found her to be completely insufferable, and
Oh
like
yeah.
everything about Robin's extraction was fueled by her, just trying to I felt like she was so desperate to be heard by her father and
Yeah.
just wanted him to go with whatever she said, that it was at the expense of Robin and her experience. And
Like last week.
yes,
Just was
yeah,
it
all
was
right.
both people wanting to get out and making it about themselves. This time it was just
I
one person.
yeah, I do feel like it was that, but there was a different context around that Ryan family,
And
right?
like
The whole letter thing.
evil people, the people, good people don't
Yeah.
doing bad things.
Yeah, like that was really, I think she overestimated like the people and their motivation to be here. Like that's a comment that you make when you're the type of person to think that, oh, if I do something that's going to hurt me, you're going to feel so guilty about it that the pain that you feel is
Right.
worse than the pain that I feel for walking out. But nobody gives two figs, so it's like goodbye, girl. Like no one really like cares that much. So that was a really weak way to try to manipulate people's like emotions
Mhm.
and things, because like these are strangers, they don't really care,
And there's a cash
so
prize.
that, yeah, exactly.
I mean
Like who,
it all it comes down to that. There's a cash prize here. Like
right.
she's what is it? What when she says it, like what is her hips and her knees gonna be like tomorrow with that potato? I was like, she's fine. Nothing's
She
happening to
is so
me.
fine. She wasn't even asking to leave.
Yeah.
You just missed her and you just wanted her. And I actually felt that that whole decision was extremely selfish. Like
Oh
that was
yeah.
super,
Oh yeah.
super
Two
selfish.
two
And
in a
it was
row. Two in a
really,
row of selfishness.
and I was like, honestly, I don't even really know what happened around Robin's exit because I did mute it. I could not listen to that little girl like whine anymore.
Oh, it was just sappy bullshit.
Yeah, it was really
I'm not gonna
tragic.
fault you for decision, but we're here together. We did this together, and like I'm so happy that my
So
family's
stupid.
here. And I'm just like I wrote on my notes in caps letters. I could not care less because these that's why the
Right.
show turns me off is these heartfelt moments that I really don't care about when I'm watching these shows. This is a show about money, so like I want to see the best people compete. I want to see some competitions. Like I said, I want to bring it back to Austin. Like making game moves makes me into the show. When we're making moves
Mhm.
based off personal feelings that like I'm sorry, you're not they haven't been out there that long. This is not she's not dying out there. There's
Right. No, she's
she's
fine.
good. You can see her.
She's
Like
fine.
it's not like you can't see her. Like you're pretty much doing everything you can except not talking to them. I mean, it's just like get
Yeah.
it
Not only can you see her, but you also get the little health meter thing that we don't
right.
get in any other version of any kind of a game
Yeah,
like
the
this. So
fake
it's
health
like you
meter.
really do have an insight to how well they're doing. So like you need to just really, really stop. But I to the same point though, I do think that this stress though, you got to weed out the punks, right? And that's what we're doing right now. At this point, like this game is going to get a lot different, because now you're dealing with the people who actually can survive out there. So it's really going to be about the families making sure they have the best leg up, to win this race. So I
Yeah.
think HQ is going to really turn up.
Yeah, I just there's just so many side comments that people make that just make me like out loud just be like audibly groan like some of the comments that people like oh dude oh that was a really good thing or thank you so much for sending that to me oh I'm so appreciative I'm just like just I don't know it's just I know I'm in the minority here I know I'm in the minority of like just these feelings but it's just like it doesn't hit for me like I just watch so much TV this stuff just pings off me like a bulletproof vest like it doesn't
Oh
it's
man, no, I see that completely different. I see these people saying that they're so appreciative of it because they don't know what the other side is going through and what was necessary in order to get them those things. So, like, if
I
you're
get that.
trying to work on the favor of strangers you don't know, you
Mhm.
just have to always appear like the most gracious person
Yeah,
possible to make sure you get what you
I
need.
just wouldn't be
Like,
good at this show. I'm not a good liar like that.
yeah,
Oh,
if you
thank you
got
so
an empty
much for
crate, I
sending
think
this
you'd be
potato. Thank you for sending the toilet paper that Jacobin doesn't need to wipe his ass. You know what I mean? Just like
because he's not even eating. But he's lucky to have even gotten that much, because I do support the decision to give Jacobin toilet paper. Honestly, I would have given him nothing, but because of the way that his family is and how spiteful they are, like
mhm.
I'd be a little bit nervous to give them nothing. So like I guess that's how we landed at toilet paper. But like Jacobin, like you're sleeping the entire
Yeah,
time. Like, even if you don't know what the other teams are doing, you have to at least assume that if you are involved in a hunting trial, that people are trying,
yeah,
so
and I
it's
think
like you're not,
yeah,
you got
they
to put
said
on a
that
good
the
show.
letter. I think they the thing about Jacobin's family is what I like is like they were using that letter strategically, like hey, trying to tell him to like hey get your ass moving here, and
Hmm.
that letter was burned. for, and that was like something like, okay, that actually was a game move. It wasn't like I miss you. It was like, hey, I'm trying to relay some
True.
information for you to get ahead in the game. So again, I'm okay with that kind of stuff. It just
Okay, well, all right.
pearl
Well, hold on
clutching.
now. No, hold on now. Hold on
You
now.
burned my letter. You are evil, evil, evil people.
Okay, but the other side to that, though, just to piggyback on what you said and like to play devil's advocate
Oh yeah.
here, I mean, like, Ryan's family did also try to use that letter as a strategic
Oh
move, and
yeah,
they were
I'm sure a lot
blocked
of people did.
because it was burned. Yeah, so like that was also part of why they were frustrated that the letter was burned. I'm not saying that that should have been enough for you
Yeah,
to
but there's
leave,
yeah,
like,
yeah. It's not like they were
but
the only burned letter phased out here. I mean, there were other people. Half the letters
true,
didn't go.
true.
So it's just like, and it was
Mhm.
evil. I'm sick of seeing good people do evil things. I was just like,
Like
shut
that's
the fuck up.
right. That's
Watch
because
TV,
she
dude.
really thought that
Do
she
you
was
live in
making you feel
America?
so
Like, do you
bad.
live in America in these times? Give me a break, like with that comment. That was like ridiculous. It's like so tone deaf and
Wow.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Crazy. So we did like we've been beating around the bush. We did lose Robin, and just to officially say that out loud. Where do you think? So next week it looks like I don't know. I'm just jumping around here, but we finally saw the weapons used. I thought it was very uneventful. I was hoping that maybe
Yeah.
we did something with it.
Whack. Terrible.
It just shows honestly, like, and that's why like I know I don't want to keep bringing it back to Alone, but like hunting is not easy, even if you're good at it, because it is include luck where you need to like be able to, and like people are stomping around on bushes. Like it was never gonna happen. You need to be like
Hmm.
a lot of the food on
Right.
loan, it literally happens to them like without them knowing. Like they're doing something else and they're like
And they
slowly
just
growing their
happen
gradual
upon it.
bow. Yeah, so it's just
Hmm.
it'll that's something that'll come with time. And I wonder if they don't have any success, they're gonna do another food challenge. Because remember, he's the narrator's like, we're not giving any more rations anymore. And I was like, I don't believe you.
Oh boy.
'Cause I don't think they're killing anything.
No, I don't believe it either. I don't believe it either. And even with my, limited knowledge of the wilderness, I also agree that I did not think anyone was going to get anything. I
No.
mean, the way that they were stomping through these woods, like
Oh, so
moving all
loud.
these, yeah, it was so loud.
Yeah.
It was so loud.
They
Yeah.
need to like you need to like set traps and stuff, and they're probably not going to do that because it's like inhumane. Technically, it's not. If you do it the right way, it's not even inhumane, but there's no way they know how to do it like the most humane way you can do it. So,
Wait a minute. Speaking of inhumane, I did also think that it was like whack.org that Haley was out there like crying over the fact that like she was gonna have to kill an animal
oh yeah, give me a
and
break.
like
Shut up.
carrying on. And it's like, honey,
Shut
you
up.
were the one who was actually really like very well suited for this environment. Like she was real. I think she was actually one of the closer ones to actually being a survivalist. And it's like, how did you come on a show like this and
Yeah.
not think that it was possible that you might have to do this?
Yep.
Like I respect your feelings and everything, but you really shouldn't have been here because you know what it means to survive in the woods.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
Agree.
like what
Totally
is
agree.
this? Yeah.
Right. I don't know.
See you later.
It's that's yeah, stupid, but I mean, again, it's amateur survivalist, so that's
Mm,
not that
mm,
surprising that somebody's going to be like that. I'm sure
right.
some of the other people, if they were still here, would be the same way.
Mm.
So. Before let me run down the list of what people got, and then I guess we can talk about it and like mainly just kind of see what the next week's challenge. I mean, I guess is something that will be interesting to see because they're competing against each other.
Right.
So Austin chose this for the following people. So Jake is his team. He chose them for nothing. Jacobin got toilet paper, like we said. Megan got dry wood and matches. Ryan H got an emergency blanket that he then used as a tarp. So I thought that was pretty smart. Woody got nothing, and Haley got the 1,200 calorie meal. And like Woody's family was like, "This is war."
Yeah, I thought that reaction was a little
Crazy.
much. Like, but then when I know that Woody's family did have an opportunity to give supplies to other people or something like that at some point, right? They did have some control. Like, did they make sure that Jake got something? That I don't remember. Like
I
trying to
think what,
remember, like
yeah, I mean, he just referenced that thing where the guy foolishly was like, "Oh, well, this letter is more important than food," and I made fun of that last week. I was like, "That's a lie." Like,
right. Yeah.
we watch
No,
Survivor. We know letters don't mean jack. Give me some food in my belly or something to succeed.
okay. I mean, I will say
They've been
to
there for
that point,
3 or 4 days. They have not been there that long,
I do agree with that.
and
I
they're
do
being
agree.
watched. And it's
I
not like
do
they're in
agree.
Survivor where they're like no one's talking to them. They are being watched by producers, by them. They're talking to the things. They're talking. The fact that they can even talk to them knows that they're watching. So I don't even want to hear your defense on this, Kyle, but I will listen anyways.
Well, who do you think that they're talking to? Wait, take that back. Who is talking to who?
Well, they're talking in the camera. They're always like, "Please send me
I
some
mean,
more food. Please send me some more of this. Please, 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 please."
okay, but that's like literally just writing a message and putting it in a glass bottle and throwing it in the sea, right? Like doesn't really, if you don't get anything back, like there's
They know
really
they're
no
listening.
emotional like
They know they're
anything. You
listening.
you can know they're listening, but you also don't know that they're listening because you don't even know that they're in HQ. When you think of
You know
like the
that?
point of view of the person that's in the woods, you don't really know if your message was heard. You could just be talking to no one. And
Sure,
I,
but
I I actually would defend the letters a little bit more. I don't think it needs to be such a big thing as it has been in this, but I do think it has more weight in this scenario than it does in Survivor because there's no real social aspect at
okay,
all.
okay, that's
Like,
fair. Just
so
with the
I
passing a message, but it's not like living and dying on like you're the best
no,
dad ever. I'm just like, I'm
yeah. See, jeez, are you going to such extremes?
just it's ridiculous. It's
No,
ridiculous.
I could see it being I could see it being upsetting, but I don't think it would be a deal breaker for me. Because at least in
Yeah,
Survivor, you're meeting other people, you're interacting, there
right.
is some level of camaraderie and like some
But
some semblance of family,
my tune will change when it's week 3. Right now, you haven't been there that long. I don't even want to hear it. Don't even want to hear it.
I I can appreciate that. But what else does it what does it feel like though to think like you wake up and it's just silence all day, and then you get up at like 7:30 in the morning, and at 2:30 you've had no interactions with anyone. By day
Is that the
five or
narrator?
something like that.
Please
I,
report to the beach for your care package.
I know, and that's not enough. I need to have a conversation like, hello, how are you? How was
And
your day? Like,
I'm
I want to
also
talk to
and like
someone.
when do we start getting whip med checks?
What do you mean? I
Like
don't know that we
checking on
did.
these people's like well-being because they are not
Aren't they?
not
Why?
that's human interaction.
Well, I think they're aren't they just wearing some kind of a pendant or a bracelet or something that's measuring their something?
I think dude, I take that thing on the bottom as made up. That's a made up graphic to me. That's similar to the challenge where they like post these numbers. I don't find that to be real.
Yeah, yeah.
It just to me it just
I
catches my eye.
agree with you. I just
Ooh,
don't
somebody's
want
in the
to.
red. Somebody's in the
I
red. Their
know.
hip must be hurting, so we gotta pull them or send them a
Oof,
letter. Send them a
oof.
potato.
I hate that I agree. It just doesn't work for my argument.
I just yeah, I just there's gonna be a point soon, and I'm interested in it. Is like when new med checks come in, because then alone they're you start seeing them more near the end, but I know they're happening not as frequently in the beginning
Mhm.
because you can't check your blood pressure out there. You can't check like your maybe
Well,
also no
unless
one's got
whatever they're wearing is kind of checking their, isn't that, don't we get a heart rate or something sometimes when that thing comes up?
I don't always believe
You
that.
don't buy it, just don't buy it. Yeah, I mean, we don't have enough data to
Right.
support either argument,
Mm-hmm,
so
mm-hmm. It's something I'm keeping an eye on.
all right, yeah. I would keep an eye on it too.
Yeah.
Bring back
Anything?
the butthole
Yeah,
eyes.
the butthole eye of truth,
Yeah.
extracted out of the butthole. What do you got? Anything else you got for this episode before we get out of here?
No, no, I'm happy that I was able to draw you back in.
Yeah, so thank anybody who is excited to see a video of this. You got to thank Kyle in the comment section below because he is the sole reason that this is back because this would be an off day for me.
Well, I'm glad that we were able to put you to
Yeah,
work.
yeah, because I'm not working enough, right?
Not working enough with me. How's that?
Right,
This is our anonymous.
right. I will say, yeah, yeah. This might be a little better than Anonymous though. Anonymous like was really good in the beginning, and then man, it was like a chore at the end.
I have to say that I agree. I agree. And I think this is going to be the reverse. I think this is going to have a slower start, and I think this is going to get
Yeah, I
really
think it will get
spicy
better. I
towards
think
the
it
end.
could definitely improve by the end, but Anonymous I thought had like a lot of hope, and it just was like
It just fell flat.
we were watching the
It's like, here's the
same.
boxes again.
It's like, oh my God, just like bang, 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 bang. So
That was rough. It was rough.
yeah, so that's all we got. We'll be back next week for episode 7. We'll see who maybe I don't know if everyone summons eliminated every single week. It just happens to be that way so far. I kind of like it when we don't if there's no elimination. I'd rather like having a week where there's no eliminations than maybe next week there's two. Like I think like
Oh, yeah, I'm
I
fine
don't
with
know
that.
how
I
that's gonna
liked it.
work, so we'll have to see on that.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of other things we just dropped. So we'll have Survivor out tomorrow. Kyle, are you coming back for Survivor?
I plan to,
Okay, so
unless
Kyle will be
something in
back for
life
Survivor.
stops us.
Survivor tomorrow, our favorite show on this page at the moment. We had the Bachelor finale last night. We have a ton of other shows. We have a super busy Thursday and Friday. So I'm not even gonna list everything, but if you're watching our page regularly, you know that we just feel like every 3 hours something's coming out. So
Yeah, all the more
yeah,
reason to subscribe.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So appreciate everyone
Mhm.
for watching. And definitely thanks Kyle for resurrecting this video and this franchise. So
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
he's the savior. If we ever got anybody on the show, we got to point to Kyle that he saved this show. This is the only reason that this show is being watched on. There's a little bit of activity on the Reddit page. I checked the Reddit page just because I wanted to see if anybody agrees with me, and they don't. So it's just like I'll be alone on this hill. It's fine.
That's all right. You can be
I'll
alone.
hold the banner proudly. So appreciate everyone for watching. We'll be back in the next video. So, but other than that, thanks for watching. We'll talk next week. Peace.
Thanks a lot.